You want 2K rumors and news, you in the right place. Want a community that's cool, you in the right space. You want tips, subscribe now and ring the bell. Then go to the park and give them hell. The Boot Squad is an organization with all winners. Soldiers up in formation, we all killers. And when you step on the court, yo, you're our dinner. When I play D in the fourth, yo, Kawhi Leonard.
The next video for y'all, man. So we gonna get straight into it. We're about to go react to this NBA 2K23 My NBA trailer. This is actually dropped on 2K on the 2K page itself. So I did go through the Corsair report and read through it, and it sounds really interesting with this errors thing, man. This errors thing seems really interesting. So now I'll actually be able to go through, pick the Chicago Bulls, and actually win the first 6 years like Jordan fans act like he only played 6 years. All right, I'm done. I'm done with y'all. I'm done. All right, so let's get to this trailer real quick, man. I think they got stacks out here, so let's get straight into it.
The history of the basketball world. What if Giannis really decides to play for another team later in his career? What if we still got the privilege to watch a prime MVP Derrick Rose? Let's take it back even further. What if Shaq and Kobe never split? What if MJ didn't retire after his first three-peat? What if we got to see just one more Magic Johnson versus Larry Bird NBA Finals? What if this and what if that? But what if I told you all of these what if questions could be answered and more in this year's NBA 2K23 My NBA. This year we feel like we hit a benchmark year with an amazing breakthrough in NBA 2K23's My NBA mode. Introducing My NBA Errors. First ever, I repeat, first ever one-of-a-kind mode. You can hop into a time machine, travel back in time, and start your My NBA journey in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, as well as the traditional modern day era. Now let's use that time machine right quick, you feel me? Let's travel back into a time before even I was born. We talking about the 80s, or what we like to call the Magic versus Bird era. The rivalry between Magic Showtime Lakers and Bird Celtics will be on full display, along with the careers of other players of NBA royalty, such as Kareem, Zeke,
best scorer in the
Goodman,
game,
Dr. J,
in the game,
and the list goes on and on for so many other iconic players and teams. You'll also see a change in gameplay as teams are taking less threes during this era, while in the paint scoring and playing through the big man is more of a focus. Now let's talk about those what ifs again. And one of the craziest ways you could rewrite the history of the NBA as we know it today. In this era, the starting point is the 1983 to 84 NBA season, where you'll have the entire year to get your affairs in order for the upcoming 1984 draft, where you'll have the opportunity to draft the man on the cover of this year's championship edition, Michael Jordan. If you're into community creations, don't worry. That still stands strong this year with the ability to create custom players, draft classes, and total team revamps. But for My NBA Eras, we'll provide you with our year-appropriate draft classes. So don't worry. If you missed out on MJ, I know a 7-footer out of Georgetown by the name of Patrick Ewing that's coming up in the 1985 draft. Let's hop back in that time machine right quick, okay?
This is gonna be interesting, man. Let me know if y'all interested in seeing some My NBA
impossible
gameplay.
for one of the greatest eras in basketball history to not be displayed and headlined by his era.
I might as well put out a series like that.
Michael Jordan. One of my favorite things about My NBA eras is its authenticities to each era's rules. Playing in the Jordan era will be no walk in the park, you feel me? With hand checking legal and hard fouls being even harder while driving to the paint. In the Jordan era,
I hope they made sure the referees call extra fouls for Jordan as well.
the Jordan rules apply. The Jordan era starts at the beginning of the 1991 season, right before the run that made MJ the GOAT in a lot of people's eyes. Do you have what it takes to build a team and defeat Jordan and stop him from going 6 for 6? Or do you take control of his legacy, build an even better team, and try to win 8 straight? Who knows, with the 1992 NBA draft coming up, maybe you find a way to pair MJ with one of the most dominant players in the history of the game, Shaquille O'Neal. With all of that being said though, we still not even done yet. Now let's hop back in that time machine one more time and travel back to a time not so long ago. A time we like to call the Kobe era. With the Eastern Conference finally crumbling and falling to its knees, the Western Conference took over with teams like Dirk and the Mavs, KG and the Wolves, and the dynasty created by Tim Duncan and the Spurs. But what might be the biggest what if of all time? The Kobe and Shaq Lakers. Trying to keep that team together won't be easy, but lucky for you, this era starts in the year 2002 with what might be the greatest draft of all time, the 2003 NBA draft. If you're a savvy enough GM, you can figure out a way to pair Kobe with LeBron, Melo, D-Wade, Chris Bosh, or even Darko.
This song's exactly like what's in the courtside report.
Legacy and capture 2 more rings in LA and make him the true successor to Michael Jordan's throne. The authenticity of the improved My NBA Eras mode is scary detailed. Not only will you see gameplay and rule changes over time to match each NBA era, you will also see team logos, jerseys, arenas, and even location change as you play through each era. So you'll see the Charlotte Hornets move all over the league before settling in New Orleans and eventually changing their name to the Pelicans. The Seattle Supersonics becoming the OKC Thunder, as well as the lack of other franchises that didn't exist in a certain era. So if you're a Miami Heat fan, I'm sorry, but you won't see that team until the league expands in 1988. Playing as the San Diego Clippers will really feel like a slice of NBA history.
Wow.
As we watch tons of footage to replicate
even the
NBA
visuals
arena,
look classic as hell.
Around the arena, floors, and thanks to the My Team folks for their huge library of jerseys for their respective time period. And NBA 2K23.
If you're a basketball head, man. Like, if you're a basketball head, this is for you. If you're a basketball sim head, this is for you. I ain't gonna throw y'all. If you're a fan of basketball, this is for you. That's why I want to run a series with this, man. I could see so much things, so much possibilities with this, man. Let me know in the comments.
Content to our colossal bank of audio lines to keep gameplay as fresh as possible. This year, our current primary commentary booth is Kevin Harlan, Clark Kellogg, and Greg Anthony. However, for the 80s and 90s, we brought in the legendary Mike Fratello, aka the Czar, to help provide a different dynamic to the play-by-play and color commentary, as well as a ton of fun stories from the league during this time period. It would be impossible to go over everything My NBA Eras has to offer, but you know we love to go over even the smallest details. Each era has its own period-specific background. We wanted each era to feel and look different inside and outside of gameplay. Finances will grow and change with each era, as well as the G League and social media being added to the mode at its appropriate time. We even got dynamic shorts length, from short shorts in the 80s to long shorts in the 90s, back to a shorter style in the modern era. We also added the change of All-Star Game jerseys, going from players wearing their own team's jerseys until the real-life NBA made the change to team-based jerseys. My NBA Eras was created by basketball fans for basketball fans. We think you're gonna love it. As you can imagine, the majority of
basketball fans
to make My NBA Eras what it is. But we also made time to make some improvements to the other My NBA modes that you all enjoy. My WNBA now has an updated playoff bracket. We're now using a more standard 3-round single elimination bracket, with the old system available as a rule change for all leagues. Also, like the real WNBA, we now have the Commissioner's Cup. We revamped team rivalry. When teams clash out there on the court, we now have a more in-depth system to calculate the heat index between two teams. The calendar menu was also revamped, as well as adding Eastern and Western Conference Finals MVPs. It's been a very productive year for not only our franchise team, but every team involved in the creation of this new experience. We weren't sure we'd be able to add everything we wanted in one development cycle, but we locked in and got it done. As always though, we want to hear back from you, and we welcome and encourage any and all feedback. Until we speak next, enjoy, and we can't wait to hear about how you rewrite history. Let's go.
Whew, I ain't gonna front. Yo, I ain't gonna front with y'all, man. My NBA look like they coming swinging this year. They coming swinging. So as I said before, the Jordan fans that made it look like Jordan only played 6 years, y'all could go do it right now. But let me know what y'all think, man. Let me know if y'all would like to see a series in My NBA, man. For real. What it would be like. if Kobe and Shaq never split up. Although I used to hate on Shaq back in the day and Kobe, man. Now, let me know what y'all think about the reaction. Let me know what you think about the info. I'm probably not gonna do a update if this video, because this video basically covered every single thing in the Corsair report. I literally went through and read the Corsair report and took notes and was about to drop the news, but saw this and people was telling me about this trailer, so I was like, let me come check this out and see what they're talking about. And he pretty much covered everything, man. Great job, Stacks, bro. This was a great video. You gave me a little WWE commentating vibes in this one, I ain't gonna lie. But great job, my G. Great job, 2K. From what I see, this will be a good year for the My NBA community. Anyways, y'all, till next time, have a blessed one. Be safe out there, y'all. Peace.